Welcome, beautiful souls. Here we are again tonight. Have a little chit-chat about the things that make life interesting. I feel a lot of heavy energy lately, and I know we're definitely going through an ascension. I feel like I'm talking to a collective that understands that they're carrying out their higher purpose. So this won't resonate with everybody, but I feel like it's going to reach those that need to hear it. And even if you don't feel like you are what is called divine masculine or divine feminine, I feel like this is going to reach a lot of people, specifically those who've really been through it in relationships. This has a lot to do with self-worth. I'm getting channeled, even now it's coming in. It's, oh yeah, I can feel a lot of heavy stuff right in the heart. But let's go ahead and ask our wonderful angels, our incredible spirit team, and our guardian angels and our archangels and our spirit guides and our wonderful ancestors that have come here before us to give us guidance on this night. First card. Okay, so it's about, it's the miser card. So it's got something to do with holding tight to something. And feeling like if you don't have that, you'll lose it all, kind of. It's so important to you, okay? This miser card. I'll get a little more information about this. Spirits, please give me more information about the miser card. Okay, it's like, it feels like letting go of this is going to bring forth this. Letting go of the things, the miser, letting go of the things that you believe are so important to you is going to actually create some kind of a transformation, stepping you into a whole new realm of understanding that you are setting an example for so many to come by falling into your true authentic self and just being your radiant, beautiful self. I think what needs to be let go of is a low self-esteem, a belief that you need to try extra hard and give more than others to be where you are in order to belong or to be of any value. And that is not true. The value isn't what you're holding on to and trying to show others. The value is you. You were made absolutely perfect just the way you are. Every little freckle, every hair, every scar, even the inside scars, even the journey that you've gone through to get to be this beautiful person you are now, all of that has given you such strength and the ability to empathize with others, and you radiate beauty. And I think maybe you've been preyed upon by unhealed people that see your radiant light and have kept in your space just long enough and just give you the bare sprinkles and breadcrumbs to make you believe that you need to work harder to keep them in your space, but all they're doing is feeding off of that radiant light energy of yours. Yeah, okay, Spirit, tell me more. Oh, Spirit, give me a little more in-depth understanding for the person seeing this right now. There you are. Oh. Yeah, your past has been kind of riddled with these. I feel like you've always dated and gone into relationships to be in it for the long haul. For the long haul. And people have played on you, pretending that that's what they wanted. Because they wanted, oh, I hate this saying, but it gets plain in my head. They wanted the milk, but they didn't want to pay for the cow. I'm sorry if that offends, but I've heard that before, and that's what's coming through, and my angels are showing me that so that you can really feel how that sounds. They were never really ready to commit. Either they were emotionally unavailable, they suffered abandonment issues, so they'd abandon you first, or they were so worried about you seeing who they really were in the depths of their soul, because they could see that you had this light, beautiful, deeper understanding, and your intuition would actually give you downloads and signs and red flags to go the other direction, that they were just feeding you, love bombing you little bits here and there, then putting you on a shelf where they go get supplies somewhere else. Or, not always, or they just couldn't commit because they always thought there might be something better out there. Even though they saw your brilliant light, there was a part of them that couldn't stand to see the mirror of themselves. And when you were near them, they could see how beautiful and honest and faithful and devoted and loving and nurturing and caring and healing that you were, that it just reminded them of the core, the muck inside that they were too lazy to face and deal with and heal beyond. And here you are, this beautiful, precious soul that showed up in their life and made them feel so good because, oh, okay, I don't even need the cards. I'm getting quite the message. What you were seeing, and you need to hear this, is because of your intuitive gifts, your higher self, and you speak through your higher self. You see through your higher self. You could see their higher self. That was their potential. That is the best version of themselves. But not everybody, in fact, not very many people do the work to reach that point and heal beyond the darkness that's inside of them from the baggage of their life and the lessons that they were to learn from these experiences. So there are a lot of unhealed people out there. And what it is that you're holding on to, what you feel is so important to you because it makes who you are. No, sunshine. No. Everything inside of you is what makes you so desirable. But do you really think that the unhealed people in this world are going to want you to see how incredible you are when they feel subconsciously and deep down that they fall very short of that? I feel like you've even settled for people that you believed were like not even at your level, and even when you could see it, you felt safer settling for people that didn't meet you at your level because you thought, well, at least then it's secure. They won't leave me. I can teach them how to love me. I can teach them how to treat me well. I can help heal them. Oh my gosh. You are so incredible. If you could see how incredible you are and the power you hold, which is how you were able to see and speak telepathically to their higher self. They cannot even tune into their higher self. So, and if you're, and all these things that you felt after you cut ties, even briefly, just even separation, anything, this sorrow, this sadness, this empathy for that individual, what you were feeling is the sadness and disappointment that their higher self was feeling for that person, and the frustration because they would never open up. They were given a true blessing, a true gift from the source, creator, God, spirit, energy themselves. They were given the opportunity. You opened up their world. You showed them unconditional love. You gave them the opportunity to learn to love themselves and see themselves in their highest potential like you did. And you know what they did? You have to get real here. Their ego blew up because they had somebody beautiful and magical and loving and amazing like you. Their ego blew up because they were living in their ego. And all they could focus on is if I can have her, I can have anybody. They really convinced themselves through all of your loving, kind remarks, trying to show them that the side of them that you saw. They started to see that in themselves enough that their ego blew up, and then they went believing they could have something better. It backfired. It didn't only backfire because no one compares to you for this person. No one could ever match the energy you gave, the love, the forgiveness, the tolerance. No, it backfired, but it backfired in a bigger way because the great creator, God, was watching and saw every tear you cried. Make no mistake. And when they chose to put you on a shelf or knock you down and create some big argument so they could escape and go find this gold that was fool's gold out there, not only did they lose out in the best gift that was ever provided in their life and offered, but they also had to walk through their karma because the Creator sees all. And those were the moments, if you look back, that each time somebody did that to you, friends, relationships, each time you were rejected by people who didn't even deserve to have your space or your energy or your kindness, each time that happened, amidst the sorrow, there was always a miracle for you. You were gifted with something because you helped bring out the darkness so that the Creator could see the purity and the impurity in certain people. And you did it brilliantly without even knowing, just being your beautiful self. I can feel that. I can feel that and I resonate with it. And I'm just telling you right now, there may even be another test, or you just went through another test. Some will go to such lengths to try to convince you that you need to work harder for them to really want to commit. It's a real hard decision for them, right? If they don't want you right off the hop, they're not for you. They are those karmics. Do you understand? It makes it real easy to thin through the muck. And you'll start to get so good at it that any little tests where God is making sure you have healthy boundaries for yourself and learning to love yourself and respect yourself, the tests will stop. They will quit coming into your life. And it'll be so easy to see them a mile away. Yeah, your inner child, this is the playful card, but I'm getting the message. Reminds me, your inner child was wounded when you were younger. And you always believed you had to work really hard or be really productive, or you had to be more than you were. Nothing was ever really quite good enough, okay? And in order to feel loved and to get praise, you felt like you had to step it up to the point where you weren't even really, you didn't get to enjoy your innocence. You were always pushing and pushing, which is why you looked externally outside of yourself for praise and love. And people would act like you were unworthy. I want you to see this whole picture. And now, I think, now that you're starting to see this whole picture, you're not going to settle anymore. You're not going to, because this has been going on right now. This is why I'm being called to discuss this with you. There's something inside that's roaring, sick and tired of being treated like an option. When you knew damn well, deep down inside, they didn't even come close to what you deserved. And you settled all those times. And this is where forgiveness in yourself. You were meant to go through this. You came here to learn this lesson. So even if it took years, even if it took so many heartaches, you're here now. And you're walking in your most divine light. Only now you see it. Sit down and write a list of all of the things that you've achieved in your life. And I don't normally suggest comparing anybody to anything or anyone or to us or anything, but I'm going to tell you, take a look at that list and ask how many people you know that have given to such an extreme or pushed themselves so hard, never giving up and always trying to prove themselves. if you take a look at that, I know that you're going to know this message is for you. It's because you are here for a purpose. You are a healer. You are more than just a healer. And those who seeked you out who are unhealed, they knew that everything you touched was gold. Created gold. You have an abundant creative energy about you. And just being in your presence, it literally protected people spiritually. It gave them the protection that is over you, it is over them as well. That's why people come to you. And the minute that you finally realized your worth or realized you were dealing with another player or another karmic or some other manipulative narcissist, I mean, name calling, but what do you label it as? Unhealed people that are really cruel. The moment you started to advocate for yourself and turn your back, or after they left and you didn't pull them back, that's when their protection stopped, because you cut the ties. And that's when really crazy things happen in their life. And why do you think they keep cycling back? And I'm not judging. I got looped into that. I did. I got looped into that. Your heart is so kind and loving, and then you see them going through it. So what's the first thing you want to do? You want to help. It's because that's who you are at your soul. Your soul level wants to help. That's why you're here, but not at your expense or sacrifice. So when the people put you through it and you cut the ties, don't look back. Do not look back. Because your heart's going to ache for them and you cannot help. You need to let them go through it. That's their healing journey, and they brought it on themselves. There was nothing you did except show up in your loving, truest form. Your inner child is ready to come out and play now. You're not going to settle anymore. You're going to know that the right people are going to find you. They're going to show up in a healthy, healed fashion at your level. You're not going to have to be patient and wait for them. You're not going to have to help them heal. They're going to recognize your light, and they're going to say straight up to you without fear how much they adore you, because they're not afraid of you seeing how incredible you are. They will just want to support that. They will want to support your light, your beauty, your mission, your kindness. They will want you to show up, and they will support you as you are. You will not have to work at it. You will not have to push to be something you're not. And when there's compromise to be made, it will be made by both equally. This is not a fairy tale. I was told that's just a fairy tale. It's in the movies. No. If it doesn't show up like that, it's not love. It's settling. It's a relationship out of loneliness, low self-worth, because of the things you were taught or learned along your way. Your inner child's ready to come out and play now, and you're feeling it stir inside of you. It's time to celebrate who you really are. All of your chakras are now being opened up, and that's why you're going through some wonky stuff. You're feeling really emotional, having old memories come up so that you can look at them one last time before you kiss them goodbye with gratitude for the lessons. You've got this. I'll tell you what, on the other side of that yucky stuff, it's incredible. It's empowering, and you will learn that you shine so bright. It'll almost be intimidating, and it certainly will be intimidating when you stand in your power and know your worth, because the unhealed people won't take up space. They won't even attempt to come near you, because they will see when they look in your eyes that you're done with the games. You're done with the lies. These people spend more time and energy on the games, the lies, the deceit, living double lives, the love bombing, the manipulation, the gaslighting, the twisting. They spent more energy doing that than it would have taken them to heal, and that's what is freakish. But they avoid healing because they don't want to look at the ugliness that they feel is inside. They don't see their beauty like you do. They don't. And some of them have taken on some seriously spiritually dark attachments as a result. They've taken the easy path. They resort to drinking, drugs, I don't know what you could say on here without getting kicked off, sex, cheap encounters. Like, they have serious addictions of all kinds. And your energy was merely one of them. And boy, for the amount of effort they put into working on creating this persona to get you and keep you and hold you and make you feel small so that you won't go, they could have healed 40 times. Not you. You chose to go through it. You allowed your emotions to flow. You looked at where they're coming from. Where did these emotions first start? When did I first feel unworthy? When did I first feel I wasn't enough? You followed it back. And you're on that journey right now. And I want to give you the biggest applause. Because remember that you are protected. And I don't say that lightly. You have a massive spirit team that's been protecting you since birth. Which is why you needed to appear small. To protect you from those takers. And they're walking with you now. They're so proud of you. You don't need to fear where you're going, because your purpose is going to be more revealed with each passing day. But you also don't need to go back to those people. I think you've learned. I think you're tapping into your inner child now, and it's time for that child to play. It's time to let go of all of the replaying of the past, because you don't need to relive that anymore. Those lessons are over. You did incredible. Not just incredible. Absolutely astonishingly remarkable, because you're still here and they couldn't take your light. They didn't make you cold. They didn't shut you off from your true divine gifts. Temporarily, they were blocked. And you know this. Temporarily, your intuition was very foggy. That's how they kept you in this trauma bonds or these trances, these spells, if you will. And you'll notice that the more distance you get from them, the more you will be so rewarded. Not just in the physical plane, but your spiritual gifts will return because it's safe for you to have them now. Your abundance will flow in because now it's not going to fall in the wrong hands. But just make sure that you've cut the ties completely so that that beautiful protection of yours is no longer covering them. They need to walk through everything that they put you through. And your Creator will turn that mirror on them, and that will happen. And you will move on with your radiant smile. And in time, it won't be such a forced smile. It'll be a smile that turns into such giggles and laughter, because you will learn to love again. And your first real love will be with yourself. And once you start to see the beauty that is you, truly you, and that all of those labels and false projections that were put on you were all lies to keep you small. Once you see the truth and you really step into it and surrender into it and trust in life because they've had your back this whole way, getting you through things that most people wouldn't even have made it through. Once you start to see that, your self-empowerment will be so intense that you won't even be able to fathom how you even let them in your space. And you'll have to forgive yourself, and that's okay, because that was part of your learning journey. So please, forgive yourself for all of it. You were only given enough wisdom and knowledge and understanding so that you would walk through those. You showed the divine spirits which side of the fence those unhealed people wanted to sit on and live in. You exposed them just by merely walking there and allowing them to be their darkest selves or their lightest selves. And you were doing God's work, the Creator's work. And that was meant for only the strongest of souls. You signed up for this because you knew, and they all knew, that you could do it, and you've done it. So now it's time to prepare for your abundance to pour in. Allow yourself to feel the feels. Allow yourself to grieve the loss. And soon you'll be grieving the loss of the version of you that used to tolerate such nonsense. And as you put that version of you to rest with forgiveness and compassion because they helped you on this journey, you will be stepping into something so powerful and so beautiful. You will feel so divinely guided and pulled to help others who are going through the same thing and help them understand. Yeah, it's a brand new beginning. It's a brand new beginning for you. It's time to take your leap of faith forward, and you'll see how divinely protected you are. You'll see how you got all through that stuff. And this beautiful leveling up that you're doing, oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, this beautiful leveling up is going to really stick it to, and I don't think you're full of vengeance, not at all. I think you're the opposite, but I think they're going to have to sit and watch. Those who have harmed you and mistreated you and actually had the tenacity to turn you down when they were below the level of healing you were even at, they have to sit and watch you because you are the star. Cover the nudity here. You are the star, sunshine. You're meant to be seen and heard. And through this walk, through these dark times in your life, these are stories you're meant to share with others who are on their path and who have healing to do or who are still stuck in that. There are so many people who have dealt with narcissistic abuse, which I know you know is one of the worst, because they really truly try to destroy you and your light, emotionally, physically, psychologically, spiritually, financially. You survived all of that for a reason, because you're a star and you're meant to share. You're meant to share your story so that the others don't feel they're alone. And you're meant to walk into this abundance. And I'll tell you why. It's not just because you earned it. Oh boy, did you ever earn it. You broke so many ancestral cycles, that these curses that couldn't be broken previously by your ancestors, either because of the timing and the times and you look at the dynamics and everything, or just because the courage it takes to walk through it. But you are so ready for this. This is going to come through, this massive abundance, and they're going to have to sit and watch and realize how foolish they were. They tried to take the easy path. Oh my gosh. They tried to take the easy path and they lost pure gold. Pure gold. And don't think that you're always going to be alone and that there's always going to be these crazy tests, because there's not. Once you step into realizing who you really are, you will be the version of yourself that will bring in your divine counterpart, your divine partner who's gone through a similar journey. Yeah, imagine that. Not having to explain what everything means that you see or feel and being told you're crazy. You will have somebody just as gifted on the same mission, meant to share their story. And together, you will build your kingdom. And you'll start to see that people of your soul family who came here to do the same thing, just as true as you're talking to me, or I'm talking to you now and you're hearing me, and you'll be talking to others and they'll be hearing you, you'll see that you're not alone. In fact, there are many of us. And we walk among those who are unhealed. And all we can do is offer them the opportunity to heal by setting an example as we walk in our light. And by being kind to others. And to show the world that there is unconditional love. And to try to help them see it. But we don't have to stick around. We don't have to hold it and carry it. The darkness within us. We don't have to carry their baggage. We don't have to do their lessons for them because they don't want to learn them. Sometimes you need to let them go and let them do it on their own so you don't have to wear their karma. So break the cycles. Oh my gosh, what is this? Ace of Cups, new beginnings, new relationships, new romance, love, happiness, joy, conception, fertility, pregnancy, celebrations, socializing. I mean, this is what awaits you, my dear. This is what awaits you, shining star. It was not all for nothing. Hardly. Do you think that the great creator doesn't reward his angels? Yeah, balance, peace, patience, moderation. You're going to find an inner calm. You're going to see a broader perspective. Your soulmate's going to find you. Your soulmate's going to find you because you're going to be walking in your purest light, realizing what you are and stepping into it and putting your chin held high and realizing this was all just something, it was an illusion. And it wasn't to trick you. It was to get you to this point. And you passed the test. Like, you passed the test. You are the angel. And now, it's your turn for your abundance. Congratulations. We'll be celebrating together. You didn't walk through that alone. There are many of us all over this planet, placed so strategically it's almost uncanny. And we touch those that were going to be offered a chance to change their ways. They made their choices. And now it's our turn to walk in our happiness. You did it. I got goosebumps. You did it. I'm so proud of you. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to read this card. Whatever I give attention to, wanted or unwanted, I am creating. Okay? You were born with a magnificent emotional guidance system that lets you know in every moment exactly what your vibrational content is, which is being matched by the law of attraction. As it is your desire to feel good and your practice to choose good feeling thoughts, only good things can come to you. Okay, I definitely know why that was selected. I think I put my card back, sorry. Do not focus on the past mistakes. Do not focus on those who've hurt you, because you don't need to keep pulling that back into your life. And yes, what you focus on truly does become your reality. So in saying that, I want you, again, to go get a pen and paper and write down all of the beautiful ways you've showed up for others. And then I want you to write down what you really want in your divine counterpart soulmate. What do they look like to you? What do they act like? What do they bring to the table? Does it match your list? If not, keep writing. You need to set your standards higher and then walk forward into that. This is what's going to be brought into your world. You need to cut ties with the past and know that your angels walk with you. And they're guiding you and they're guiding your soulmate together. And if that isn't the biggest, warmest, squeezy hug, bright light to walk into, I don't know what is. So I'm so excited for you. I am so excited for you. I know what's coming your way. And I just really want to express, I mean, I can't say it enough. Be your truest, authentic self. Speak your truth. No more pushing to impress others to feel worthy of them. If you walk in your authentic, truest form and don't settle for anything less than you deserve or feel you want and feel you definitely deserve, if you walk in that, that is what you are going to attract. You need to be that vibration for it to come into you. And your guardian angels are saying, please work with us. Just as your divine counterpart, their soul team, their spirit team is working with them, you are going to find each other faster than you think. I feel like this is coming in fast. Meanwhile, you're going to be greatly rewarded with all of the abundant wishes that you've always desired and have always had to not have as you did the work of spirit on earth. Possibilities are going to pour in. Life is asking you, what do you want? That's what this bird is doing. It's looking over the world and you're being asked, what do you want? Put it on paper. Journal it. Your days of suppressing how you feel, suppressing your emotions, suppressing your desires, walking on eggshells, suppressing your light, they're over. They're done. You did it. You're walking into your highest, most happiest timeline ever. And I'm sending you so much light and love and so much gratitude for doing your part by spreading your love, which you will continue to do, only now it's going to look a lot better for you. You'll see. Have faith. Walk strong. Walk confident. Because you're an angel. It doesn't get any purer than that. Shine on.